issue concerns and goals and intentions regarding hiring workers. We appreciate all the support we receive at this point into the individuals at MCAT and open mind the review process. There will be people from Jupiter and the surrounding areas that will be speaking on our behalf and thank for us tonight. Information on real estate values. According to the MLS, it's based on 5 different home transactions that have happened in the Greenland subdivision since February of 2022. We have used the assessed values as a starting point to determine any price change before an average of potential processing facility could have been announced coming to town. We have 2 months before we were announced on 3/15 of November today. One home sold for $79,400 over assessed value, and the second home sold for $36,400 over assessed value. That same home, the second home, sold again 3 months later for $51,400, and it was after we had announced that this is a potential to come into Decatur. Another home, which sold on 6/18/12, is under about $88,000, and a third home sold out of action on 6/14, but it got $38,500 over assessed value, and that would be the closest home to work out in the neighborhood. Let's focus on the economic development. The executive director of the Adams County Economic Development Corporation. The Adams County EDC has been in existence since 1988, 501c4 standalone nonprofit. We've been engaged with each municipality within Adams County to conduct economic development that includes business attraction, which is one of the main things that we're working on. So that year ago, we became engaged with Iowa Properties. Once there was knowledge that DFA was going to close the Green Fields building, the building in our being aware of that, and the Green Shop us began working with them as they were interested in that building. At that time, myself, I had been with properties within the nature of what we do. We spend years pretty much developing a conversation in every business that may be interested for a variety of reasons, but it's a commonplace thing for us to do. Throughout that process and throughout the time working with them, we have a very good relationship with Iowa Properties. I would say that myself, the EDC Economic Development Board, which is made of 17 people, have a very good relationship and conversation about research. We looked into this. The majority of the board has taken a tour within properties. They've asked questions. We have toured other facilities in the harvesting arena. And so we feel confident in Iowa Properties and what they're planning to do within Decatur and the impact that they're seeing that they will have. One of the things that we also want to do is understand the economic value that this will bring to the community. So we designed a project assessment report. And so some of the numbers, this has been shared in previous meetings, but this is working really quickly. The projected capital investment that this project would bring, and I believe it's gone up since the beginning of the report, for around $23 million. That would be working to replicate the facility, all of those things that they want to get into production. That's a really important. How that translates over the course of time, but over the course of 10 years, we've written down the taxes that will be running, the equipment that will be running, both direct and indirect, right? Which shows the opportunity that suppliers will have an economic impact in Adams County. And then looking at businesses that may come to our community based on what they're doing, whether that be packaging or the further processing of cattle. That could be it. And so when you look at that, jump down the next 10 years, we're looking at just $1 billion worth of investment impact for Adams County. That we're doing better connecting in the ranks. You're looking at 137, just about $130 million in payroll. That's nothing for restaurants, activities in our community, that's a big deal to the families in our community. So that's something that shouldn't be overlooked. From the tax perspective, you're also looking at benefits. And it was mentioned the benefit that would go to the city and the utility departments. But I think from a tax perspective, you're looking at $5.6 million of the courts of for the year, $1.6 million in county income tax. So I'm very confident in some of the building the positive economic effect to receiving the cable in Adams County. And I'm confident that I believe our properties have gone above and beyond to make themselves available to answer questions of anybody who has them, to communicate. They've really done a great job, in my opinion, of engaging the community and wanting to be a part of the community that they're in. So with that, I'm going to turn it back over to whoever speaking next time.
Hello, my name is Brent Doctor. I design food processing facilities. And 4 notes about the question of possible odor. To keep in mind, one is the cattle received inside of and unloaded inside of the building, not outside. The second item to keep in mind is that these facilities, this facility will be washed down at least daily with high pressure, high heat, and sanitizer. That then goes to a dedicated process drain system. That process drain system goes to the pre-treatment plant as mentioned earlier, and the intent is to upgrade that plant. The fourth item to keep in mind would be that around here we eat most every cow. There are some portions we don't eat, and those portions are set aside temporarily in a cool, tempered space, so they don't generate odor. Those are my comments on odor. Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of City Council. My name is Tom Trent with the Radford Law Firm in Fort Wayne. Nice to see you again. I believe this is the third occasion when I've had a chance to address you. I appreciate what you've been doing over the last 7 months and compliment you on the incredible amount of due diligence that you have put forth. So much has been said and published about IO's pool of potential employees. I believe the latest post on social media states that, quote, studies show that an influx of outside labor causes social issues, including increased crime, end quote. We have heard in public meetings disparities towards the Belize, the Amish, and immigrants in general. We have heard people, standing members of this community, say out loud something to the effect that IO's employees will be bussed into the city. These false and overtly racist remarks have been a scar on this entire process. How such filth could be spoken in a public setting is beyond troubling. To be clear, one more time, IO will never discriminate on the basis of race, color, religion, gender expression, age, national origin, disability, moral status, sexual orientation, or military status in any of its activities or operations. Never. On the issue of crime, unfortunately, some people have mistakenly conflated a person's nationality with crime. IO will employ hard-working individuals with potentially diverse backgrounds, not criminals. IO intends to employ upwards of 100 workers on day 1 that are qualified for the job. And IO will promote diversity, equity, and inclusion in the workplace. IO will participate fully in the Department of Homeland Security E-Verify system as federal law requires all employers to verify the identity and employment eligibility of persons hired to work in the United States. That's what we're going to do. I will then follow the process prescribed by the Department of Homeland Security. I truly hope that the good citizens of this community put an end to this rhetoric, take down the social media posts, and focus on the merits of the project. We can discuss the merits all day long, but the team can no longer remain silent as it relates to the racist remarks that have been spoken in public proceedings or to the caliber of the potential employee of Iowa Properties. Thank you for your time, and I will concede the rest of it to Mr. Fernando. Thank you.
And you also have a final president, and the mayor is very gracious with their time. Council members, may I welcome. My name is Tim Hafner. I'm a lawyer in Fairlane as well. Tom and I are old friends and shared many projects together. Tell you a brief story. About 15 years ago, I represented the city of Fort Wayne in considering gaming. It would yield about $7 million a year of free cash flow. For that money, you could bond that into $60 to $80 million. Would have funded many different projects. As the notion was floated, the realities of that gaming run for the community became apparent. And it was a really divisive issue. The community was hotly divided over those in favor of it and those against it. It was very difficult for community to turn down $7 to $8 million a year of annual free cash flow. But because it really revealed the fabric of the community, the city declined and moved on. Whether it was right or wrong, people can disagree, but the damage done to the fabric of the community was something that was real. I want to speak briefly to Tom's comments. The Porters, I believe, would concur entirely with Tom's admonition in favor of the fairness and the treatment of all of the individuals. The Porter family, I have known for decades. The organization has been here for generations. They've employed thousands of people. They've contributed millions of dollars to the community. And any suggestion that they would be associated with some of the disparaging comments that Tom refers to is flatly false. That's not how they run their business. That's not how they run their lives. Everything they are doing to try to bring information to this process is for the betterment of the community. They stand no personal gain whatsoever. There's a famous song from Paul Lindsay and the Waves, pretty much talking about action. Another reference might be Show Me the Beef. All of these wonderful admonitions of all the things that have been done to ensure that odor will be managed, that the impact on the wastewater system will be controlled, that property will not be devalued, simply has not been researched. It's been talked about, it's been talked at. The Porters have engaged nationally qualified experts in each of these areas who are undertaking and are prepared to deliver information to the public, to anyone, to see, view, and assess for their own whether or not this project is wise. All we ask is the courtesy of time. More money from the city. It's disappointing that IRA was not expected to deliver this information previously. The Economic Development Organization has been engaged with them for over a year. No one has done a nationally qualified, academically credentialed study on the valuation of property value. No one has done a nationally qualified, academically compliant study on the impact of the city's wastewater discharge system. And no one has done a nationally qualified urban assessment. These are all real. The 75 neighbors that live next to this park deserve the very same courtesy, any one of which would want for something developed next door to us. So what we're asking is, let's allow enough time for these studies to be completed, likely in the next 4 to 6 weeks. It's very difficult, by the way, to find a nationally qualified odor expert, a nationally qualified accounting firm who can understand the evaluation assessment as opposed to the comps that were presented. The assessment and the academics are entirely different than any piece of information that's been given. We have asked repeatedly for evidence of an odor analysis or an adverse impact analysis on property values, and for analysis on all of the other aspects of this operation, or we've been provided with generalities. Please don't make a decision based upon generalities. I want to note a couple of points that Scott Porter brought up earlier tonight, and Tom Bentley. 92% of this community is concerned about the impact of this on the community. If you approve, whether tonight or another night, a slaughterhouse inside city limits, it is forever and ever, amen. Your children and your grandchildren will be branded as a community that hosts a slaughterhouse within city limits. And to be clear, when I was going to a slaughterhouse, I had hamburgers for dinner last night, I had ham on Saturday night. They're carnivores, they like meat, but it's a matter of where and how it's processed. And if this facility is entirely odor-free, congratulations. It's the only slaughterhouse in the country that will achieve that status. So don't you want to know the facts? Not the hyperbole, not the spin, not the summaries, not the free meals, not the concert promotions, but the facts of what this facility will mean to your community. I get in my car and get home tonight. You're never going to live here for the rest of your lives, many of you and your children, and hopefully your grandchildren. I hope the same for my kids, so they'll move back to Fort Wayne. But I know it needs to be the kind of community that welcomes them back. I would discourage you from allowing yourselves to be branded as a slaughterhouse community in your downtown. 84 million tons of animal waste per year is going to leave your community. What could go wrong? What could possibly be the problems that result from that? I would encourage you to allow the studies to take place and allow the players and the Friends of Decatur to provide for you tangible, credible, academically competent, well-studied analyses on each of these areas. Thank you so much for the courtesy of your time.
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, I want to thank both groups for presenting a very respectful way. This is a lot better than everything started a few months ago. So thank you guys both for presenting this way. We have a couple options here. Also, we can go into the public discussion. If anyone has some questions already, we can go ahead and ask those questions. We have department heads here that can answer a few of those questions. It's up to you guys whether you want to do the public discussion first, or does anyone have some questions they want to ask?
That's the question. People ask questions. Then we'll have our department heads answer them after they're done.
So, you want to do public discussion?
What do you think?
Okay.
Yeah, let them, let the public speak.
Okay. All right, so we will go to public discussion. The name. I'm sorry, there's a couple that can't read exactly perfectly. So if I'm clear, so I get your address right, come to the podium. Please say who you are, state where you live, and then we'll have 2 minutes to speak.
Microphone.
The first person is Tim Hoffner.
Hold on.
Okay.
You heard enough.
Okay. It's either Joe or Joe. So,
Anderson.
Anderson? Okay. Sorry, I forgot my readers in the office, so. And please speak, everyone wants to speak in the microphone. These microphones, you have to be pretty close to them, so the people in the back can hear. Hi, my name is Julio Andrews. I've lived in Adams County, particularly inside the city limits for most of my life. And I think the city council has a chance to actually do something for the working class individual. We've seen, I worked in Blackton for 44 years at Vince Franklin Electric. And right now, there's Blackton, Maryland, and Maryland, Decatur. And Decatur, you know, this is a chance for the city council to strike a blow for the worker and do it in a fair way. Not who runs the company or any other reason. But young people that get their hands dirty every day. Thank you. Thank you. I guess it's Tom, you're on here too. Are you speaking again? Okay. Well, again, you say your name and
I live in J County, 6 generation power. I think members every each falls. No, I'm staying for 20+ years. The city here, really been doing business here in this town. The trickle down effect is not going to be just here in Decatur. It's going to be surrounding communities, counties around, and even states around. And I urge you to allow this to happen to improve the communities around there.
Scott, we got okay. Fred Limerick. The money was Fred, I think that was about 6 miles south of town here. I remember so in 93, I showed my satellites. And I had them down with the program from the state department. Some people to help people that have requested assistance, people that have successful in their business, some to help these people. So I did this and so we started kind of and there was so I see that and I'm saying that you don't be treated in a way that it's not going to be you have a strategy.
You want over 2 minutes.
So that's just. I don't read all the evidence to see things are not right. The economic development people say it's a good thing for the future, and I just really thank you.
Thank you.
Howard Curry.
I'm Howard Curry. I've been involved in different aspects of Memphis Pacific my whole life. Currently, for several years, I've been in transportation. I've sold, I feed all myself. I'm also a Union County Commissioner, the county south of you. And the big thing that is different. What's being tried and catered is the uniqueness of this plant. I've seen packing companies come, I've seen it go, but this plant has so many things in favor of it, and probably the biggest thing for it, your locally invested people. This isn't someone from California here in October. These people invested in your community currently, and in the global. I've done business for Phonak for over 40 years. They're good people. And I am jealous of you guys here in Union County. You have a great opportunity. Thank you, Courtney.
Jeremy Reinhardt. My name is Jeremy Reinhardt. I'm a meeting of the city of Decatur. Mayor, council members, I want to thank you for putting this on the agenda tonight to give us an opportunity to speak. I start off in support of an interpretive and very strong feeling to it. However, I want to change and I started seeing signs popping around town. I was happy to see these signs speaking for me, while I am not supporting the project. That wouldn't be very requirements that I need to deliver support this project. Well, I think that the investment values is one of the most important like myself, but by this is like the words of they need to get themselves. You know, the biggest thing is that this is not normal. The way I'm doing private and concerning women, getting the incident with the women in the practice of Boston, when the person in the mind will start taking action of the program that again. Now, for instance, when you run for the money for us, and the city of Decatur are going to diversify the local economy. So it's not like when we're celebrating recreation market. But for us, that already involved in investing in inflation, and first secretary to build on this different section of the recreation market. People are going to the price of the employment and getting to and from there and not buying those RVs. The proposal jobs, but has to be an exception for the city and the tax base for the city. The government needs most people do need. How do you guys have some game? How do you guys have some plan? This is what we're going to try to keep the prices already in the national average. But the stores are going to try to start to get this sort of process. City Council will install the first application of the Constitution into the city charters for the most possible manner for citizens to succeed. And we know that one is going to be elaborating, you will do just that. Thank you. William Star.
Can you hear me? I'm Norma Landis-Geyer. I live 950 Whitetail Drive in the Dearland Edition, 86 years old. The first ever city council meeting I ever attended was on March 1st of 2022. I don't get ticked off real easily, but over and over I've asked myself and others, how did it ever get to this far? Why wasn't this stopped at first request from Iron Properties with a simple no? We're sorry, we have a city code that's been in place for many years for good reason. A code that protects our citizens from businesses who want to slaughter cattle inside our city limits. And then another thing that really ticked me off and upsets me and disappoints me is the incredible fact from Riggs, Florence, that 3 of our city councilmen contacted Iron Properties to essentially encourage them to try again to get a long-standing code changed. I do not know of any councilman who ever came to talk to any Dearland resident. I do know not one councilman ever contacted me personally, even though I mailed all 5 city council members a letter with my concerns a week after that first council meeting. Yes, I did give them my name, address, and phone. Council members please remember when you vote.